Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM21 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's part 91 today and our season could be about to go from elation to disappointment. We've come up against our nemesis, they've beaten us twice in our last two games and today in the third one we have to turn it around. At the very least, after Liverpool we've got Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final and that's a big opportunity too. We've won the League Cup, we've taken the pressure off. But it'd be great to get further in another competition. The title race is over, 9 points behind with 5 games to go, though we have all but wrapped up a top 4 place. So now we can really focus on these competitions. So if you're looking forward to that, seeing how we get on in our Champions League quarter-final second leg and our FA Cup semi-final, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 content from 2 long-term stories. There's loads of other specials in the eye above and the Twitch channel in the description below. But let's have a look at the schedule today for what's been going on. We haven't played a huge amount of games off camera. Of course, you were with me as we played Sheffield United in the League Cup final last time, wrapped up our trophy this season. But since then, it's been a weird old spell. We beat Doncaster 4-0 in the FA Cup. We would have expected that against League 2 opposition. Thomas Parks with a brace, Morato and Esposito with one each too. A 2-0 win at home to former club Derby, Sailmakers and Giovanni Reina with one each. We rested the whole side as we played against Juventus in the second leg of the last 16 in the Champions League. We were already 4-0 up on aggregate, and despite losing 2-1 on the night, we went through pretty comfortably. Lee Farrell gave us the lead, we conceded just before the break, but in the end, it was relatively efficient. A 4-0 win against Burnley, Espinoza and a Pereira hat-trick as he returned to form there. A 0-0 draw away at Leeds, our away form continued. If we go back, our last away win in the Premier League was the 5th of December, so over 4 months ago. We've got a chance to change that 3 times before the end of the season, but it really has cost us our title charge. A 1-0 win followed though in the quarter-final of the FA Cup. It was Joel Santos who turned up. He's not been at his best this season, but he delivered with an early strike there to send us through. Another 0-0 on the road, this time against 10-man Cardiff for 81 minutes. We still couldn't find the breakthrough, and unfortunately, it kept that unwanted record on the road. We did bounce back with a 3-0 win at home to Brentford, Cobos, Parks and LaMonaco with the goals. A 1-0 defeat in the first leg of the Champions League quarter-final. We were by far the better side, but Erling Haaland's just too good. Unfortunately, we didn't take any of our chances. We then rested everyone for the league game against Liverpool, which just happened to fall in between the 2 Champions League legs. A 3-0 defeat that time. They've got a better squad than us. They rotated and they looked very good, whereas we rotated and weren't quite the same. Let's put it that way. At home though, in the second leg, we've got a great opportunity. There's a few players unregistered for Liverpool. Santa Maria, our former loan player, one of them, and Kagla Siunchu unavailable for us. But apart from that, we've basically got a full complement to choose from. We've got a difficult situation where we face Chelsea at home in 4 days in the FA Cup semi-final. And you could argue that's a better chance for us. But with it being only 1-0 after the first leg, albeit with no away goal, we have to chase a victory at home. Because generally, at our place, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, we have been scintillating this year. So with the top 4 pretty much wrapped up, we can afford to prioritise these 2. In other news though, since the last episode, we've also had our youth intake. And I'll be brutally honest, there's not a huge amount for us to look forward to. There was one player with 3.5-star potential. That man is Dwayne Cumberbatch. He is a 16-year-old attacking midfielder from Barbados. And he looks alright, to be fair. He's only got 1-star current ability. Maybe not the best passer of the ball. Not the best technically, aside from his technique itself. His work rate's not the best. His strength's not the best. But otherwise, he's a pretty good player. He's got a decent personality. I'm sure he'll improve with time. He's going to be a free kick and long shot specialist, which will suit a lot of clubs, even if he doesn't make it here. So, a decent little prospect. A lot of players coming from other nations, a lot of players from overseas, but none of them, apart from him, really have any chance. So, we'll see what happens as we move forward. I can see one of the 15-year-olds has now moved up to 3.5-star potential as well. That's Victor Ioha. He's got all the key attributes, but he doesn't look like a standout. So, I think that's the thing from this intake. No one's going to breach the Spurs side, but there's some good players in there regardless. So let's go and get into the first of today's 2 games. There's not much else for us to focus on really, is there? Us and United in trouble, the English side's potentially falling. So let's go and get into our lineup, see what we've gone for today, and hopefully we can overturn this first leg deficit, because 2 wins in a row for Liverpool in 3 days, they're going to be feeling confident for this one. They're going to be feeling invincible against us. For us though, we're almost at full strength. Just Giovanni Reina, who's got a slight knock. He might be back for the FA Cup tie. But for today, it's Loic Willems in goal, Sailmakers and Aaron Smith the fullbacks, with Anashe and Southam as centre-half. Montalval, just back from that 4-week injury he picked up in the last episode. He's alongside Simone Scotta, with Ryan Wright as the number 10. And then Joel Santos and Franco Espinosa off the wings, both in double figures for the season now, behind Pereira on 23 goals up front. He's not had his best season, Federico Pereira, but he continues to score goals on occasion. And if today can be the day that he turns up and produces one of those magical hat-tricks, we'll be a very happy man. In fact, if he does it in either of the next 2 games, I'll be quite pleased. Let's go and get into the Champions League quarter-final second leg. It's Liverpool who have the 1-0 lead. Liverpool who can take charge with an away goal. If they score 1, we need 3. Can we do it? Let's go and find out. Just the full 11 changes for us from our weekend defeat against the same opponent at Anfield. They've gone back to full strength as well though. Haaland got a rest at the weekend. Uar was involved. Declan Rice wasn't. Bastoni, Alexander-Arnold still skipper. It's a wonderful team. The fact that the likes of Curtis Jones and João Felix sit on the bench every week tells you just how good they are. So let's go and get through the tunnel interview. We're going to ask the lads to prove a point. Let's really go and show what we're capable of here. We've got a few motivated. We've got one inspired. But we need a reaction on the pitch too. Through the tunnel interview we go. It's now or never. Can we make it to the Champions League semi-final? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Well, we're back with 15 minutes gone as the Liverpool keeper picks it up. It's been a quiet 15, but we're on a bit of a knife edge here. If we concede 1 goal, Liverpool will need 3. But it doesn't matter for now. I got distracted by Federico Pereira, who maybe is turning up for the big game. Aaron Smith with a lovely through ball. Pereira runs off the shoulder, great diagonal run, and slides it into the far corner. It's a brilliant finish. It's 1-0 to Tottenham. As it stands, we're going to extra time. But as I mentioned, we're on that position where we cannot concede. If we do that, we need 2 more. As Aaron Smith gets to the byline. A second goal might do though. Dropped by the keeper. And Espinosa hits it straight at the defender. Any sort of composure there, and we would have been 2-0 up and in control of the tie. I'd really like to score 3 anyway, because it gives us that little bit of leeway. But against Liverpool, I don't know if we've ever done that. Though Espinosa tries to nick it high there. It's chipped forward to Haaland. Southam heads away as far as Kvist. But they're the front 2 that continually break our hearts. Kvist into the box. Brought down by Sailmakers. Once we go to VAR, if the referee's given a foul, it's never getting overturned. And this is the problem with a game like this. You're always in that position where you're 1 mistake away from costing yourselves the tie. If Liverpool score this penalty, which I presume Erling Haaland will take, we'll need 3. It's 1-0 to Spurs. Is it about to turn on its head? It's not! Loic Willems, you absolute superstar. Gets down to his left, doesn't just save the Haaland penalty, he holds it. It was hit with pace, it was right in the corner. But Loic Willems is feeling like a hero today. In other news, he's done something I've never seen before. In the League Cup final, we saw he got man of the match. He's actually broken the record for a season, which as a goalkeeper is remarkable. Tafani chips it forward though. Aaron Smith heads away, and now Scotta can break. Can we get ahead in this tie for the first time? Montalval, back to Anashe. Out to the left, back to Aaron Smith. He's down the line to Espinosa. Back to Montalval in the middle. Short to Ryan Wright. We're playing some nice stuff. And he chips out to Aaron Smith, who's always on that overlap. Through to Ryan Wright. He's in good scoring form this season. And he's just done it again. Ryan Wright makes it 2-0 on the night. The magic is starting to happen in the Champions League. It's 2-1 on aggregate. A goal for Liverpool. We're still going out as it stands. But if we can score a third, that changes everything. A wonderful performance from Tottenham. The only shot Liverpool have had is that penalty. And if we can avoid any more errors at the back, we should be on course for the Champions League semi-final. What a side this Spurs team are becoming. We reached the hour mark without incident, and I'm starting to think about changes as we've got a corner with Simone Scotta. Into the front post, Santos loses out. And Ashe gets it back out wide though. The Italian's got a second chance. Chips back to Montalval. Had a poor game. Loves a long range strike though. Gives it to Scotta instead. Through ball to Wright. I think he's offside. He is. The keeper didn't know. He made a great save anyway. But it remains 2-0 on the night. We're still only 1 mistake away from going out. We've got to remember that. What I'm going to do is bring on Salvatore Esposito. We know he's a quality player. I'm going to drop Wright as a deep line playmaker now. I'm going to put Scotta up and Esposito will be the Mazzala. I'm then going to replace Espinosa on the left with Yildiz. And we'll leave the last change 5 more minutes, because if we can keep this lead, if we can get a third, we'll be favourites to go through. As it stands, we are on course for the semis. But we're only 1 goal conceded away from it being heartbreaking in the Champions League. We've got 10 minutes left. I'm going to make the change. Ryan Wright's knackered, so I'm going to take him off. He might be the match winner, but Lee Farrell is coming on for now. It weakens the midfield, but it gives us fresh legs. Now we've got to take advantage. Liverpool have gone 4-4-2, so the fullbacks we've got are going to the most defensive duties possible. If we get another minute, we'll drop to balanced, and if we get the stoppage time, which we have, we're going to go full time wasting. You all know the drill by now. What could be a very special night in Europe could be ruined by 1 kick of a ball. So, Scotter into the midfield. Esposito will just sit in front of that back 4. He's going to be a deep line playmaker on defend. In terms of the tactics, you all know it. We're going to go time wasting, disciplined. We are going to go hold our shape, slow it down. I don't want to regroup when we lose the ball, actually. We'll still press them. In terms of the defensive line, we'll just drop back. We're not going to press as high as the keeper. We've got 3.5 minutes of stoppage time to hang on. I never saw this coming. Not after the last 2 Liverpool performances. We were lucky to escape on the road with 1-0 because we didn't take our chances and late on could have let in a second. But here, we're very close. Though Liverpool have 1 more chance. 60 seconds to go. It could be heartbreak. Haaland's up there. Jones is up there. They've got all the midfielders. The subs. João Felix running forward. He's coming across the line. He's found the striker. Great save, Loic Willems down to his left. It's out for a corner before he can smother the rebound. But that is a crucial save. Now we've got to get the corner clear. This could be heartbreak. Haaland loses out to Southern. It falls for Curtis Jones into the box. Sailmaker's volley's clear. We are clinging on by the skin of our teeth at the minute. But the 4 minutes of stoppage time are up. Where is the whistle? It's taken to Erling Haaland on the left. Back to Declan Rice. To Quintero. We've got to win the tackle and clear it. Farrell does just that. The final whistle goes at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is Spurs 2, Liverpool 0 on the night. We win 2-1 on aggregate. We turn it around. And look at the ratings of that back 5. 2 assists for Smith. A penalty save for Willems. A wonderful display from the 2 centre-halves. They were everywhere. Pereira turned up with a big goal. It was a wonderful display. And Ryan Wright, the match winner. He's making quite a habit now of scoring goals from attacking midfield. We're into the Champions League semi-final. The run continues. Now let's go and see who we've got. Here we go then. FA Cup semi-final time. Can we make it 2-2 for this episode? Giovanni Reina is fit. Let's see what the rest of the team are like. We've got loads of opposition instructions. We are recommended to bring Reina back in. Scotter's the one they're telling us to drop out rather than Montalval, which I don't quite understand because Montalval, heavy match load, not match fit. Let's go back to our normal midfield 3. So Wright in the holding role, Scotter as the number 10 and Reina as the Mazzala. Montalval will be on the bench in place of Esposito, I think. No, Lee Farrell, who's been poor recently. The rest of the 18 stays the same, so just the one change as Giovanni Reina comes back in. Now, can we make it to the FA Cup final? We said in the last episode when we won the Carabao Cup, if we could win a domestic cup double, this season would be incredible. So let's go and see if we can get one step closer. We face Chelsea for the right to face another big boy in the FA Cup final. I'll see you in a moment, see if we can do it. And it's a Chelsea side we are very familiar with. They started the season well against us. In recent times, we've done much better. But Mariba, Odegaard, Pulisic, Resch, Miazzi, they're all quality footballers. Mount's on the bench, Fabio Silva's on the bench, Eric Garcia's there as well. And our summer transfer target, Ricardo Fonseca, back in the team again with Reece James, the skipper, at the back too. We're going to tell the lads to prove a point. For some reason, Pereira's not quite as happy for this one. But as we go to Wembley, it's a half and half split between the 2 sets of fans. Let's get into the first half. Can we get to the FA Cup final? I'd love it if we could. I love the competition and I just want us to play well. Let's see if we can. Well, similar story. Nearly 15 minutes on the clock, no highlights, and now Chelsea are playing out from the back. We try to intercept the through ball, but it falls from Mariba. He gives it to Fonseca, the left back, releases Rubio on the left wing. Miazzi's making a run into the middle. Sailmakers has been done. Rubio beats them all, and Willems has to come and smother it. Excellent goalkeeping from the Belgian number 1. He can now play long with a goal kick. It'll be chased by Pereira, who loses out in the air to Gabriel. But Santos gets there next. But Demiral intercepts the ball through, and now Mariba releases Resch. He scored against us in our last outing. He goes wide to Rubio. beats his man, gets into the box again, cuts back to Mariba, takes on the fullback into Resch. And has he scored again? We've got a delay. I think we're going to VAR. The assistant's flag is not up. The defenders are appealing, so this one could go either way. When the flag's been up, we've never seen an offside given. But normally, when we go to VAR, the goal is disallowed. And on this occasion, that's the case as well. We survive with 13 on the clock as Willems plays straight out from the back. He finds Southam and now Enashe. Into Giovanni Reina, the returning star. To Scotta, who's pushed forward to number 10. He's trying to get past the fullback. Instead, he's playing wide, is he? No. Took too long. Lost out to Mariba. Does battle for it though, and it falls for Santos at his feet. Skins 3. Through ball to Espinosa. Hits the post. He'd beaten the keeper. He tried to slide it under him, but didn't quite get the angle to find the near corner of the net. As Pulisic puts a corner in, Southam heads clear. Scotta can counter again. Can we create something with Perea up there too? Scotta going down the left. He's been harried by the fullback. Into Perea. He turns up for the big games. He's not had a great season. He's not been brilliant in any of the matches, but he scores goals on the big occasions, and he's done it again there. We're back straight with Chelsea from the kickoff. Let's see what they can do. Odegaard's got it in the middle, switches to Pulisic on the right. There's 3 or 4 up with him. One of them's Rubio on the left side. Saelmakers is beaten again. He is really getting skinned by him every single time. Willems manages to hold the shot. But with 20 gone, we've got a crucial lead in the FA Cup semi. Well, 5 minutes to the break. Saelmakers is charging down the right. A very strange time to come back as he delivers a cross straight into the arms of Donnarumma. But will he get back in time now? Long ball forward to Miazi. Brings it down under no pressure whatsoever. Resch is running a channel. And Nashe's gone all the way with him for some reason. Back to Odegaard. Out to Reece James. The centre-half still out of position. This is going to cost us. As it goes into Miazi, who is completely unmarked because the centre-half standing out by the corner flag. Very poor defending. The youngster's been caught out there. The fullback's having a torrid time. We might have to think about defensive duties for them. And hopefully we can just stay on top in this game. As it is, it's 1-1 at Wembley Stadium. And at half-time, as we make the tactical tweaks, we've thrown away our chance. We're going to tell the lads to prove a point. We'll get into the second half. And now it's a containing job. Can we get one on a break and can we stay in the game? Well, just under 20 minutes to go. We're seeing no highlights. Chelsea have dominated the stats. Doesn't happen to us very often, but it's happened today. We've got tired legs in the middle. So Wright replaced by Montalval. We'll have Scotta out, replaced by Ekone. And Santos replaced by, I don't even know, it's going to have to be Esposito. We'll put Ekone right wing, we'll put Reina number 10. Montalval and Esposito in the middle. It's not our strongest side, but it's an opportunity. We've got 20 minutes to get a winner. If we go to extra time, I think we're in big trouble. As Chelsea play forward, Aaron Smith intercepts. Finds Ryan Wright. It's going to be their last action before they come off. Wright finds Smith on the left wing. Plays it back to him. Through to Espinosa. Left-hand side. Into Perea. Hits the post. Donnarumma gets there first. But that might have been the chance. We've not deserved a win based on this performance. Chelsea have been a constant threat. We've really struggled out wide. But as it stands, we're going to extra time. And I don't know that we've got the fitness for that. Chelsea probably in a better state than us. Let's see what extra time brings. Through to the dressing room. Again, is proving a point. We should have one more sub now. So Espinosa replaced by a Yildiz. Let's get into it. 30 more minutes now to add on. And some of these lads really aren't ready for this. Well, we're about to reach half time in extra time. We've been outplayed, but Saelmakers has a throw, and it only takes one chance. Montalval on the edge to Esposito. Montalval again loves a long-range strike, but this one's blocked. And now can we get back? Pulisic is going alone. Where are the fullbacks? We've got them on defensive duties. Mount finds Fabio Silva. It's a brilliant save by Willems. But what on earth is going on at fullback? Because we've told them to stay back. We've told them to hold their position. And they were flying. I get Saelmakers taking a throw, but where's Smith on the other side? We've encouraged the boys. We've got the corner to defend. Can we get into the half-time break in extra time level? We can. Fabio Silva blazes his header over the bar. And for now, I think penalties is our best chance. The back four are shattered. Reina and Perea shattered. And look at the stats. 11 shots to 18. 11 on target for Chelsea to our 3. And at the moment, we're doing a good job because we're going to take it to penalties. And while we still might not win the game from there, it's the best chance we're going to have. Let's go and set our takers for the shootout here at Wembley. We'll be back in a moment to see if we can get through it. Loic Willems, we need some heroics. 10 takers set. Through the team talk we go. It's a chance for the lads to be heroes. as Federico Perea steps up first. Great penalty taking rating compared to the squad, but has missed a fair few this season, and he's missed again now. What is it with the penalties in this game? The better the penalty taking rating, the more they miss. Willems hits the post. Mason Mount steps up. He's saved! Loic Willems is doing his very best to keep us in this. We lost the Europa League in this manner last year. We lost the Carabao Cup quarter-final in this manner last season. Now can we get on top? We can't. Ikone, it's an awful penalty. Just chips it into the keeper's side. It was comfortable. It wasn't in the corner. It wasn't hit quickly. Fabio Silva finally scores one. And with 4 penalties gone, it's 1-0 to Chelsea. An awful start. And they were our 2 only good takers, so we're in big trouble here. Giovanni Reina puts them in. As we go down the quality of taker, I'm sure more penalties will start flying in, because that's just how this game works. As Odegaard steps up for Chelsea, we need to get back on terms. Odegaard hits the post as well. Not many penalties missed, but a lot saved and hitting the woodwork. Now Montalval was anxious. He didn't want to take one, but we've stepped him up anyway, and he's delivered. It doesn't matter if they've got a rubbish rating and they're anxious. They'll probably score. Don't base it off anything other than instinct. As Mariba comes up next for Chelsea. Right-footed into the bottom corner. Willems couldn't quite get there. And it's now sudden death. 4 taken by each side. 2 apiece to score. Esposito up. Experienced Italian. Also nervous. And it's saved. That's going to be it. Donnarumma saves the penalty. Italian v Italian. And now, with a chance to win the shootout, Christian Pulisic steps up for Chelsea. We desperately need Loic Willems to be a hero here. He's got an opportunity to keep us in this, but you can't really miss 3 out of 5 with your 2 best takers missing one as well and asked to get through. Pulisic puts it wide. Oh my word, scratch everything I've said. This is the lowest standard penalty shootout I have ever seen. It's the 19-year-old Romanian Inache. He's slid the keeper the wrong way. His penalty taking rating's 8. And he's the one who's put it in the corner of the net. Absolutely unexplainable. Essien steps up next for Chelsea. The substitute comes up against Loic Willems. Now come on, the Belgian number 1. Make yourself a proper hero. If Loic Willems saves this, we go through. For the first time in a shootout, we're on top in the penalty shootout here. But it's in by Essien. I completely mucked that sentence up, but that's the pressure of penalties. Sailmaker's up next. I'm sure he cost us a previous shootout. Here he comes into the bottom corner. This is what I mean. We've now got to the awful takers. They're all flying in. Can't stop them scoring. They're right in the corner. They're brilliant strikes. So we look to Loic Willems for the 3rd time. We're ahead in a shootout. We've got an opportunity. And it's João Gabriel, the Chelsea centre-half. Can we book our place in the final? Come on, Loic Willems. He goes down to his right. It's gone wide at a post. He went to his left, but that's by the by. We're through to the FA Cup final. A brilliant episode it turns out to be. And I will never be able to explain how that shootout went. We're through to the Wembley final. It is a wonderful, wonderful episode. And 2 very gritty performances get us closer to winning 2 more trophies. We're delighted to reach the FA Cup final. Let's go and have a look at the schedule and who we're going to be facing from the other big semi-final. Well, we've had the news we really didn't want. Liverpool have beaten Leeds in the other FA Cup semi-final, so we'll be up against the old foe again. They've got the better of us many times this season, and there's the confirmation. That may be the final game of the season, but not if we get through the Champions League semi. That's what we're going to be back for next time. We'll have the 2nd leg of the Borussia Dortmund tie, and we'll show one of the games either side. I'm tempted to show the away game against Southampton because we're really struggling away from home. At home to Chelsea, I think we've actually got a better chance. And don't forget, if we have a look at the Premier League table, our former club Southampton scrapping for their lives. So it could be crucial for our current club and our most recent former one as well. But if you're looking forward to that and you did enjoy those 2 Herculean performances by our defence, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 content from 2 long-term stories. A quick shameless plug for the mini-series which will be starting tomorrow lunchtime, replacing the Welsh experiment that just finished. Keep your eyes peeled for that. A massive thank you for watching as always, your continued support of the series. And I'll see you next time. Can we reach a Champions League final? We'll find out in a couple of days' time. I'll see you there.